We only have 2 hands-on exercises. The first is designed for you to retrieve a CSV file and then process that file and create a chart. So you're going to do try it yourself, 16.3, which has you accessing or tells you to access San Francisco weather data. Now, it does not matter to me if you access San Francisco or a different city. What I decided to do was access Traverse City data for the last 3 months. And so you can see I decided to chart that data. I did not like how the plot lines looked. So I changed it to a scatter. And you guys can choose whatever kind of chart you want to use, but you should plot the high and the low temps. So in the book, if we look down here, 16.3, you need to retrieve the data. And the steps above that actually tell you where to do that. This site is not hard to use. And so I'm going to walk through how to do this. So you go into the search tool. And I think I did, if I can remember. I think I did months. And let's see. Yep, that is exactly the range that I gave it. But you guys can pick a different range if you want by clicking on, the calendar and choosing whatever range. I am retrieving the data for stations. I mean, you have other choices, but I wanted to kind of keep it simple. Actually, I did it by city. See, I chose station somewhere else. And then I keyed in Traverse City. And I did a little search. Okay, and here's Traverse City. So I added that to the cart. Okay, and then I went into the cart. And this is probably the most critical step. You need to choose CSV here. Okay, so it's got your date range, it has CSV, you're going to continue. Okay, whatever you turn on here is what ends up in your CSV file. And you don't want too much information because it's going to make it harder to extract the data. So I chose station name. I came down here and expanded out the temperature because that's what I'm charting. And all I really want is the maximum and the minimum. Okay, I think I also chose average, but I didn't use it. So I would just go with exactly what you want to chart here. And then you hit continue. Okay, and then you key in your email address. And it will be emailed to you. Okay, and then I submitted. Now they'll send you an email. Your first email from them will indicate that they're processing it. If you don't pick too many options, right? If you just do the station, the max and the minimum temp, you'll get the file fairly quickly. If you turn on everything, it will take a while for that file to come to you. Okay, but when you submit, you'll end up getting 2 emails, one indicating it's processing. The second email will indicate that it's done. So this is what it looks like when they tell you it's done. and you will want to download the file. And it's only available for a certain period of time. So you'll click on download, and there's the file you need. So I actually downloaded it right into the data folder for the chapter, and you can see I changed the name. I called it TC for Traverse City. But you can, as long as you keep the ending CSV, you can name it whatever you want. So that is the first exercise. You're going to have to find whatever city you want to chart data from. And then once you've done that, the rest of this is very similar to the examples that are in the book. You will probably want to actually use this example that I've provided up here. You could actually copy and paste this if you wanted, and put in, it'd be chapter 16/data if you're using the data folder / whatever the name is, just so that you can see what the data looks like and what the index numbers are, because that's critical for you. And then the rest of it is very similar to the example from the book. And as I said, if you don't like the line chart, you certainly can change it. Okay, so it's whatever looks best with the data that you're using for charting the highs and the lows. So that's hands-on 1. Hands-on 2, you're going to do try it yourself 16-8. So this is going to be using Json data. Getting down here. So 16-8, you're going to find recent earthquake information. And there's a link. So the files that have the recent information are over here on the right. And I believe I chose significant earthquakes for the last 30 days. And you guys can pick whatever you want. I right-clicked on it, and I did save link as. Now, there is an adjustment you have to make here because Python is not going to like a GeoJSON extension. So just change it to JSON. Okay, and then you can save it, and you'll be able to bring it in and process it without a problem. I would not recommend doing all earthquakes in the past 30 days because there's too much data in there. That was my initial one that I tried, and there's way too much. Okay, so you're going to download the file. Okay, and then you are going to plot it out. So for this one, I used Plotly. And this is what my chart looks like. So remember, with JSON, it is going to be important for you to read the file in and convert it into a more human readable format. That's critical so you know what the key value pairs are and you'll know how to access the data. But the data is very, very similar as far as how you access it. It is similar to the example in the book. Okay, so if you want to kind of follow the example and do something like I did, that is perfectly fine. If you would like to use a different chart type, that is okay too. Okay, as long as you have retrieved that data from the site, you've downloaded it, and you are processing the JSON file. It does not matter to me what kind of chart you plot. Okay, so if you have questions, run into problems, let me know, but those are the only 2 hands-on that you need to complete.